Welcome to the show, guys. Excited to talk about big. We're talking bold. We're talking fantasy football, bold predictions. And I'm online here with Tim, a.k.a. the Bald Man. What's going on, Tim?
Not much. How's it going, brother?
Good. We're going left field. We're going to the moon. We're going to the sky. Big, bold predictions, Tim. I'm ready to rock it. And I'm telling you, man, it's a big episode because some of these are actually viable, these predictions.
I would hope so. I mean, it's not like I'm just making predictions for the hell of it.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And guys, I'm telling you, there's a code you got to write down. I'm excited because fantasy football is finally here. Reality football is here. We're watching games Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday. There's a code you need to write down and save it for now and the season. And that code is FFC20, guys. Hooters.com. Go download the app. Go to Hooters.com and upon checkout, save $10 on order of 30 or more on delivery or takeout. Go do that. Order some wings. Enhance that game watching experience. Tim, are you ordering some Hooters tonight?
I am, man. And let me tell you, that's a pretty huge savings. $10 on 30. Like, damn, that's pretty big. That's 30%.
On order of 30 or more.
Yeah. But still, I mean, if you order that 30, then damn, that's 30%.
Yeah, it's definitely going to save you guys some money here. And I'm telling you, the wings are great. Order them during the game. That's Hooters.com or download the app. That's the place I like to hang out. It's the food I like to eat. I'm excited. Football's here. Tim, I can't contain the excitement. Hooters.com, FFC20. Go get some wings and some other great food now.
Silence is deadly.
Silence. Tim's ready. He's just thinking about the food. His mouth is watering. All right, let's talk to it. Let's talk about it. Big, bold predictions here. So why don't I go first here? Because I've got 4, you've got 3, 7 big, bold predictions. I'm just going to get right to it, guys. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone thinks. Saquon Barkley is going to be a top 2 running back here this year. Improved O-line. I just had it up here. Strength of schedule, Tim. And they've got the easiest strength of schedule this year. The Giants have a good setup of matchups. They've got Daniel Jones make or break contract year for Saquon. He's going to finish as a top 2 fantasy running back. That's my bold prediction.
That is really bold. No matter how you slice it, no matter what you say about their improvements and stuff, they are still a shit team. Period. Daniel Jones can't get it done. Their O-line, yeah, a little bit improved, but still kind of lousy. Offensive weapons, nothing. Like, it's just, you're reaching on this one. I know why you want to reach, but Saquon hasn't done anything since rookie year, man. And rookie year, he was with Eli. Every year after that was with Jones, being garbage.
No, he had a good 2019 year.
He had a decent.
He got hurt again, I think. He's only played, 13 games? But listen, it's a contract year. Don't you care?
That's to me, still, that's not a make or break. You know, I mean, yes, there are certain guys that will step up. Of course, you want to get yourself that good contract by proving what you can do. But to me, this is Saquon on a very difficult team. The best thing that these guys could do is trade Saquon this year, get some great value for him, help really solidify the team for the future. Let Saquon free, and then he will be an amazing running back.
Saquon is the future. He's the best running back.
Not on this team. No, this team's killing him. Killing him. His value is nothing on.
We're gonna have to see, because I really believe Saquon is a top 2 running back this year. Volume, there's no committee there. Improved O-line, contract year, and he's looking good in training camp. I'm excited, man. He's hungry. Oh,
I don't doubt all of that stuff. I'm just saying the team around him does not help him in the least.
Well, this is my prediction. And the thing is, you don't have to get him as a top 3 running back. You can get, but he's still coming off late round 1 now, early round 2. So his ADP is shot up because he was sitting 17th on the Concheapsis rankings. So he's actually gone up, Tim.
Yeah, well, you keep talking about him. Of course, he's going to go up. Stop talking about your great sleepers and all these guys that you really believe in, because all it does is makes their ADP go boop, 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 boop.
So I'm a little pissed off. So there's this one guy, he's a friend of mine. He did a lot of artwork for me through the years. Nice guy, right? And I gave him free access to 16 rounds. And then he shows me his roster. He's like, hey, man, this is my roster. And here's the thing. It looks nothing like 16 rounds. So I send him the puking emoji back. And his running back was DeAndre Swift was 1. And then another running back he had was Clyde Edwards-Helaire in there. I'm like, dude, none of those guys are my 16 rounds. He's like, well, here's the deal. He's like, I went 10th in a 12-person league, and all the running backs were gone. So going back to my messaging, I'm really hammering this robust RB, and it seems to be the way people are going, which is a good thing for the people that get the running backs, but not so much for the Lions that are listening to me because those running backs are coming off. So the point I'm trying to make is I think people are finally getting it, that it is a scarce position. You need to secure it. And again, Saquon's value has gone up. So anyway, I see him finishing as a top 2, top 3 running back, potentially if everything goes as we plan it and we think it's going to go. If he stays healthy, that's my bold prediction.
It's bold, brother. It is bold.
I'm ready to stick with it. What about you? What do you
let
got?
me hit you with one then. So I'm going to stick with the running backs right now, and I'm going to tell you that Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon will both finish in the top 12.
That's nuts. I don't even that's crazy. Why? Why do you even think that?
Okay, so obviously the loss of Devontae Adams is going to free up a lot of targets. That doesn't help
that's
running
overrated.
backs well.
All that, I think that's overrated.
But who do they have now after him?
They got tons of weapons. They got the rookies.
What?
They got
Lazard?
Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson. They drafted. Dillon actually out attempted. I keep talking about it. Dillon was the RB1 last year. People don't realize that.
Yes, he did. So, and my thing is, though, Aaron Jones is that scat back. He's the receiving back. He's going to get his points that way. He's still going to put in some touchdowns on the ground. I really think that these two have a shot at being in the top 12. I don't think this is too crazy of a prediction.
Well, what was that? Was that the delivery truck that just came?
Sorry, that was me.
No, I think that was a Hooters delivery. The wings at the door.
Yeah, they were racing to get here.
Wow, that was crazy, man. You ordered and the order's in. What are they coming by jet? Delivery by jet?
Okay, so anyways, you got to hear me out. So even still now, Aaron Rodgers has come out, and I normally don't put a lot in this either. He has come out and said these young receivers aren't getting it done. They're not running great routes. Yeah, I do. This is a guy who knows what he's talking about. He's not seeing what he needs to see out of his receivers. These guys are going to run the ball a lot. There's going to be a lot of little dump off passes. I think both running backs are going to feed well. I think you called it. Dillon is going to lead in the rushing. Jones is going to lead in receiving as far as the running backs go. But Jones will still get his fair share of rushing too, man. This has not happened since 2017, back with Kamara and Ingram. And I think it's going to be the same sort of situation now.
I heard
I think both of these guys are realistically going to make the top 12.
I heard that press conference was a little overblown with Aaron Rodgers. I think he just does that to get his guys motivated. He needs people to catch the ball. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. And these guys aren't the ones, man. Nobody's going to replace a Devontae Adams.
Christian Watson. Don't sleep. Christian Watson. No. Or Romeo Dobbs. I like stacking both these guys and drafting them later for free, and then you're almost guaranteeing yourself the wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 on the roster by stacking Dobbs and Watson. But that's
you're right, but neither one of them are still going to replace an Adams.
No, not fully. No. I mean, it's big shoes to fill. So last year, Dillon finished. Do I have this in standard or PPR? I think it's in standard, but Dillon finished 21st, and then Aaron Jones finished 13th last year. It's standard, I believe. You want to pull that up in standard. And then if you look at that, man, so these guys both need a huge boost to finish.
Wait, why are you looking standard though? We never talk standard. Why are you looking standard?
Because my computer's glitching out, and I didn't want to say that.
All right, I was gonna say, dude, we don't talk standard.
Oh, hold on, I fixed it now. Hold on, I fixed it. I didn't want to say it
because I don't think they're that bad. Yeah, I think it was mid-teens and late double digits.
Okay, 11. Aaron Jones finished 11, and Dillon finished 23rd. That's where I've got him here. Okay, so anyway, either way. I don't. So you're saying they're both going to finish top 10?
Top 12. I kind of gave myself a little bit of breathing room there with saying 12.
I don't see it because if you look at this, man, Javonte was outside top that he could slide in there. There's Dameon Pierce who could slide in there. There's a lot of guys that could slide up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's bold, but it's doable. It's totally doable on a pretty decent team without great weapons anymore. I think it's doable.
Okay, let's move on here. I don't see that possible, but it's bold. That's the whole point of it. It's bold. You love your Packers running backs. All right. And if those wide receivers don't work out rookies, it's very viable.
Okay? You know who else I could have even said would do this? It would be Chubb and Hunt, but that's a little less believable. I mean, they're both still really good, but Hunt can't stay on the field. Chubb isn't that amazing on the ground. Plus their whole quarterback situation.
And Kareem Hunt's kind of disgruntled now because of the trade rumors, and I don't know what's going on there. He's, what's he saying? They want to keep him, but he just wants to leave.
These guys had a shot, man. These guys finished 10th and 11th in 2020. Chubb and Hunt, that is, yes. Yeah. But I think too much has happened now. I don't think it's the same team. I don't think it's going to happen with them, but it's too bad. They are a great tandem running back.
They're saying the Cleveland Browns are starting to talk to the Eagles about a trade. They were looking at Kareem Hunt at the time of this recording. I don't know. I just think Kareem Hunt's disgruntled this year. I don't know if he's going to play hard. Again, they got him for a deal. Remember, they got Kareem Hunt when he was after that kick and nobody else wanted him, and they took a chance on him. So it's going to be interesting to see how Kareem Hunt does this year if he stays there. Again, I'm avoiding this drama. Okay, so completely. All right, my next bold prediction here, Tim, is I'm going to go here and I'm going to say Cooper Kupp falls out of the top 20 wide receivers and injury.
Top 20 even.
Completely falls out. Completely falls out. And he gets hurt this year. Potentially. Should I be predicting injuries? People don't
No, that's ridiculous that you base your analysis, your forecast on not just potential injuries, but basically saying you want him to get injured.
Well, not even injured. Now, if you look at his 2020 numbers, I know it wasn't Stafford there, but Cooper Kupp finished 26th amongst wide receivers, 124 targets, 92 receptions, and what do you have? Yeah, and 3 touchdowns, okay, receiving. That was Cooper Kupp in 2020. And remember, everyone had Robert Woods ahead of him that year. Then all of a sudden, now he's a superstar. And where did he finish this guy in 2019? I had to go. He finished 4th in 2019, so he had a good season then. What I'm trying to make is, I think it was too much of a Cinderella year. He falls out of the top 20. He either gets hurt. There's a major decline, and I'm not basing it just on him getting hurt. And there's talk about Stafford now and his elbow, his throwing elbow, having some issues. I think they're downplaying Stafford being hurt. I didn't see him in preseason at the time. By the time it's recording. So, Tim, I'm a little concerned here about Stafford's elbow.
I don't know, man. I mean, Cooper Kupp dropping below 20 is extremely bold, and I don't know. It's not going to happen unless there is an injury. Let's put it that way. Even if he drops off significantly, which I'm sure he's going to drop off. There's no doubt about it. But Stafford is a very good throwing quarterback. Now you're raising questions about his elbow. It could be overblown, could be something. I don't know. But Stafford normally throws for those more mid 4,000 range, something like that. Yeah. The TDs are normally decent, in the mid 20s or something. He hasn't been that great. He hasn't thrown 41 since, what was it? Oh my God. Early 2010s, Stafford threw 41. Last year, he threw 41. But he's only had 3 games over 30 in his 13-year career.
Yeah.
So that's what really made Kupp last year too. How many did he have? 16 touchdowns?
Kupp had more than that, did he not?
I thought it was 16 receiving touchdowns, but his yardage was amazing. Everything was amazing.
1,947 receiving. But this was an anomaly year. Like I said, his numbers were so astronomical. They were better than Michael Thomas's 2019 numbers, and they were almost better than like Antonio Brown's 2015 numbers. So this was an anomaly year. It just won't happen. And everybody, I hate these clickbait videos where they're like, oh, who's this year's Cooper Kupp? I mean, those numbers are just so hard to duplicate. I don't think there is this year's Cooper Kupp. I think some people will come close, but no one's gonna hit these numbers.
Yeah, you're right. And you got to remember too. So the Rams have lost Andrew Whitworth, one of their best tackles for the last however many years. He's gone. So it's kind of weakened the offensive line a little bit. You're right. He's going to drop, but to drop out at 20, damn, dude, that is extremely bold.
I want to emphasize my point to not take this guy first overall amongst wide receivers because he's not going to finish. Again, doesn't this feel reminiscent of our 2019 year where Michael Thomas was the same scenario, and you were even on the Conchiefs side saying, "Oh, even a slight decline,
but
got hurt."
Yes, and stop using injury as an excuse to say you're right.
It counts. All I'm saying is
it does count at the end of the year, but nobody should be foreseeing injuries.
Lightning rarely strikes twice. And some people say, well, Joe, it's a wide receiver. It's not a running back because running backs very rare. They finish on top 2 years in a row. So I should be more picking on Taylor not finishing on top because last time anyone did that was Priest Holmes in 2002, 2003, where he finished back-to-back top fantasy running back. Very, very rare anomaly. So again, I don't see Cooper Kupp being there. And I want to emphasize the fact that he will fall out of the top 10 at least. Okay.
Yeah, So if you make it a little more realistic, I'm not going to bust your balls as much, but out of the top 20, like that's insane. It would seriously take an injury and a loss of almost half the season to make that.
And part of me, I don't care if it sounds vindictive. I hope he falls out of the top 20. Am I hoping for injury? No. But
am I expecting and wanting?
But I want to say, I don't want to purposely say I'm hoping on injury, but I want just the Conchiefs to know that you're wrong. And watch, as soon as he falls off, the next guy in line, whether it be Drake London or a rookie comes in and steps up, all of a sudden he's top 10. Jamar Chase was ranked 30 some odd whatever ranking amongst consensus last year. Actually, keep talking, Tim. I'm going to find out where.
Well, so here's the thing with me and you and the injury and you trying to prove the consensus right and all this crap, or proving the consensus wrong. Problem is, they don't look at injuries the way you do. I will never look at it the way you do. I will never look at a running back who's had a history. So a CMC, someone who's been injured the last 2 years. Yeah, you got to look at the history of the injuries and say, yeah, it's very highly probable that they're going to miss some time again. But to say a Cooper Kupp, and if he drops off to a certain amount, you were right if he gets injured. No, that's like them saying, well, I was wrong because he got injured. So which way do you want to have it? Do you want to prove yourself right by making an outrageous claim like this? Or do you want to prove them wrong by using this outrageous claim as well and saying that injury count one way or the other? So if it counts for you and saying that he's dropped off, it's got to count for them and saying, well, I was wrong because he got injured.
I don't care what anything that the Concheapses do. Look at this. So they've got Jamar Chase at 24 last year. This is the Concheapses magazine. And Tim, I want to show you something. Cooper was 22nd here. Do you see Cooper Kupp?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. So what I'm saying is, like, how come Cooper Kupp wasn't one last year? How come they didn't love him last year? Now they love him. Robert Woods right here. See Robert Woods? He was number 15. So they all had Robert Woods. All of a sudden they hate Robert Woods. And it's the same thing that's going to happen next year. And I'm telling you, I'm anticipating that Cooper Kupp's going to drop off significantly. Yet they're not taking that into factor. They're just saying because Cooper Kupp finished one last year, draft him again as the one receiver with nothing. There's no thought process behind it, right? It's so annoying, man. I just hope he falls off so hard that I could laugh at the Concheapses. Him and Taylor are going to fall off.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. To me, you're trying to prove something, so you're over exaggerating or overstating what you want to see happen. Cooper Kupp will drop off. I think you're absolutely right in that. But to try to make an outrageous claim that's never going to happen unless there's an injury. Like you hit it on the head too. I know, and you shouldn't friggin' say that. It's not our job to hope or pray or predict an injury.
I never said that. I'm not hoping or praying. In fact, I had a dream that Derrick Henry broke his leg, and I wish.
Did you wake up crying?
Yes, I did. It was actually a nightmare, and I posted about that honestly on Instagram. And I'm still thinking about it. It was a very sad dream, but because I got a lot of Henry stock. So again, I don't wish injury on him, but I just know he's going to decline. So let's move on to the next bold prediction, because I can go on about this forever. But
we can argue that one until the cows come home.
Do not draft him. All right, Tim, your turn.
Okay, so here's a little bold one too, and I'm going to move it over to a tight end. So TJ Hawkinson will finish top 5, and maybe some people will say that's not outrageous,
that's not bold. No, it's not really bold.
How can you not say that? Where did he finish last year?
Oh, well, he
like 12 or 13 or something crazy like that.
He gets hurt, right? Like the guy, where he finished 15th last year, but he was hurt. Like, how many games did he play last year? He played 12 games last year?
Yeah, but let's face it, the Lions are a dog shit team too. So saying that TJ is going to be like top 5 and could even reach as high as 3, I'm saying top 5 to cover my ass.
Where is he sitting on the Concheapses? He's in the top 5, top 10 anyway. Like, that's where they're predicting he's going to finish. Anyways, I don't think it's too bold.
Oh my God. Oh, so I'm too Concheapses for you here.
This is a very Concheapses prediction. This isn't really bold. This is just kind of where
I still say you got to look at the team he's on. He's never reached that high. He's never done anything amazing. But
it'd be bold
if
this is number year. 1. It'd be bold if he said he's the number.
Well, no, that's ridiculous. Come on.
But I think it's viable that he finishes as a top 5 tight end. I don't think that's very bold, Tim.
Okay. I thought it was fairly bold. I mean, he's never done anything, so I just think on a crap team and crap players, he's got the opportunity.
Let me tell you, I haven't looked. I haven't seen the updated Concheapses rank because I don't really care. But currently he is sitting 7. So he's 2 up from where.
Okay. So, yeah. I mean, they're predicting him to be 7.
And you got him at 5.
And I got him at 5. So it's not too bold. 2 spots.
You're playing it soft. That's a big
that was weak, I guess. Damn it.
Out to left field, really shocking. When people are in their car, you want them not to swerve, stay hands on the road. You want people in their office, for example, to be thrown back in their seats. So, they're sitting there
just to give you like a what the
Yeah, you're listening to this podcast, your boss walks by, and then you hear that stat and there that bold prediction, you fall back. That's the type of feel I want people to get.
Oh, okay. So you're Cooper Cup one. Yes.
Yes,
I got it.
yes.
I will be more prepared next time to shock the hell out of people.
I think you played it safe on this one. All right.
Okay.
I understand Hawkinson has not been the tight end that, he was kind of expected to be, drafted high draft capital by the Lions and expected to do more, and he has not performed to that level. So I think it's bold that he finishes top 5. I just don't think it's big bold.
I got you.
Okay. All right. My turn. Ready? Drake London. Okay, now I went back. Okay, let's go over the bold prediction first, and then I went back on some stats with Mariota, which aren't going to help my case here. But Drake London will finish top 10 amongst wide receivers in fantasy points. Now, I like Drake London, top rookie, first rookie picked off the board here by I think any team, 8th overall.
Wait. You just said top rookie picked off the board by any team?
Top wide receiver. Thanks. That's what
Okay.
it's covering. Dude, I'm so tired right now. I'm just like, I've got stats and numbers and people coming from every angle here. So yeah, Drake London, I'm high on this year. And they didn't have a wide receiver, the Falcons. They don't. And the funny thing is, if Calvin Ridley was there or if Julio were still there, they would be a top, receiver. Like Ridley definitely would be a top 10 receiver. And because he's not, he's sitting 40th. And maybe this is an exaggeration, to emphasize that this guy is great value. I think he could finish top 10 amongst wide receivers. It's a bold prediction. It's big. The talent is there. The youth is there. I think he's a dynamic playmaker. I think he's good after the catch. He's 50-50 balls. He comes down very strong. He's going to be a red zone target. The only knock is obviously Mariota, who, again, in the first preseason game looks like a running quarterback. I mean, he's going to be running a lot. Does he throw a lot? But again, they don't have another wide receiver. It's Kyle Pitts, who's a tight end, who's going to be a receiver. They've got Patterson there. They've got some other options, but he's the wide receiver 1 by default. And the fact that he's a wide receiver 1 sitting there, at 5th, 6th round, typically coming off round 6 on a 12 person league, 6th round ADP typically. I mean, this is a steal, Tim.
Okay, so the value is good, but you nailed it. Mariota is garbage.
Yeah.
I think his best year was like a 26 touchdown season. Pitts is going to be the wide receiver 1 on this team, even though he's not the wide receiver. He's going to get the team. He's going to lead the team in all offensive categories. There is no doubt about it. I'd like to be there. I'd like to say, you know what, if Ryan was still there, then I would think your claim is a little more believable. But with Mariota, with this team in general having one of the worst O-lines ever, no, he's doomed to a mediocre year. Even as a wide receiver 1, potentially on the team, a very likely potential on number 1. I can't see him maxing even over 1,000 yards.
I know. It looks scary when you look at Mariota's numbers, but maybe we have a fresh Mariota. Maybe we have a revived Mariota who lost his job and is like, oh my God, I get another chance at life. I mean, 2015, where it was 2016 was his best year, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That was his best year. And
how many yards? Like
3,000? 26, his pinnacle year. That was his pinnacle year. Actually, yeah, that was it. He's never thrown for more than
that's horrible.
Over 3,500 yards. That's scary. But again, he's the only wide receiver they have that's going to get the volume. I mean, again, Pitts, but
they don't have a good running back either. So it's not like they can stretch things out. They can trick people. No, I mean, Cordarrelle did great last year and he's pretty decent. Pick up again this year, I think, but he's just not the answer, man. I mean, these guys know now they've got Pitts to double team, and then maybe that'll open up some room for London. But still, Mariota's just not going to get it done.
We'll see. I'm hoping Mariota pulls it out of something. So, it's going to be interesting to see. But I just think the talent is there. I think the opportunity there. I think the volume could be there. Oh, and there's a chance that he might lose his job. They drafted rookie Desmond Ridder. That would actually help Drake London as well. So there's a chance that Mariota might not be quarterback the whole time. He's got young Desmond Ridder breathing down his neck. And
I wouldn't say that a rookie quarterback though is really that much better. It would take a miracle.
Yeah. So we're going to have to see, guys, with Desmond Ridder, it says Marcus Mariota willing to mentor Desmond Ridder. And again, it's going to be Mariota to start, I think, but it's going to be interesting to see how this ends up playing out. So 3rd round pick, Desmond Ridder, 6'3",
could end up being the starter for sure by the midpoint of the season, even, I would say.
You never know. You never know. All right, so let's move on here to your next bold prediction.
Okay, this has to be bold. This has to be considered bold. The Steelers will not have any offensive player finish in the top 10 of their respective positions.
Hold on a second, Najee Harris.
He's my only exception.
No, you can't.
He's my only maybe. But even still, this team has gone from here to here. You probably couldn't even see that on camera. I don't care. It's that friggin' low.
Well, there is a quarterback battle with Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett.
The battle of the bullshit. Like, who cares?
We don't know.
You both suck.
We don't know. Pickett could be good. He was a first-round pick. You never know.
Even still, bringing in a rookie quarterback on this team the way they are now, this is not the same team from 4 or 5 years ago, man. Steelers, I'm sorry. You're not getting it done anymore. And with the loss of Big Ben, I think your whole team is just in flux right now.
So the bold prediction is that the wide receivers, tight end, and quarterback will not finish top 10, but Najee is the exception.
And even Najee, I think, is going to be low top 10 if he makes it.
Oh, come on.
I'm thinking like 8th place or higher is best he's going to get.
He's a volume king. Well, I don't know why you're not so high on
this
Najee.
Team sucks. I was almost going to say a bad word that I shouldn't say.
They don't suck. Come on.
They're not the same team. And I think you're kind of sleeping on this. You're thinking that they're still a good team that they used to be 4 years ago. They're not that team anymore. Even last year, they sucked.
Well, we're going to have to see because I really think Najee's going to get the volume. I don't think there's an issue there. With the wide receivers, I think, you may have a point there. They got Pickens, who's this guy looking good in preseason. He's a good wide receiver. They got Claypool. They got Deontay. They got Pat Freiermuth. So they got a lot of places to distribute the targets. And not only that, we're suspect at quarterback. We don't know who the quarterback is. They're still trying to find their identity. So maybe all those guys fall out of the top 10 for sure as they get even distribution. Who knows, right? So that's why I have no stock in the receivers this year at all.
I haven't even looked at the strength of schedule for the Steelers. I don't really care. I am saying that they, as a team, are doomed to a 4-win season.
Oh, you're right. They're 29. They've got the fourth hardest schedule.
Sorry, I didn't even look at it, and I didn't even care. They are a 4-win team this year. That's it.
Come on, really?
4 wins for the Steelers.
You are nuts.
They are dropping. Boom.
They got a good coach. Tomlin is good.
I don't care.
Oh my goodness. I think you've lost the faith in the black and yellow here.
I honestly can say I have.
Oh my goodness. Black and gold, guys. Steelers, if you're listening to this and if you're a fan,
you can be pissed off at me. I'm sorry. I'm just calling it the way it is.
Tim ripped it into him.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
All right. So that's his bold prediction. No wide receivers at all. Even quarterback is going to finish in the top 10.
Nobody. No tight end, nothing. Running back has a slim chance.
He's totally had his
Sorry, boys.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's your last one.
That's it for me. You've got one more.
I think the fans have had enough of you. So.
I think I know who your fourth one would be. Even without you telling me, I was sure I knew who it would be.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't tell him this one before the show. The other ones I sent him a text saying these are my bold predictions, and he fell over in his seat and he told me that he spilled milk he spilled what is it? Hooters wings all over his shirt when he was eating them.
You're trying to sell it too hard. Back off.
Hooters.com, guys. FFC20. Don't spill your wings on yourself.
The blue cheese sauce or whatever you get with it.
Yeah, the ranch. The ranch dipping sauce or whatever dipping sauce. All right.
I'm more of a blue cheese, but okay.
All right.
Give us your fourth one. Let's go.
All right. So you ready for this one? I hope you guys are sitting down. I hope you guys are, wherever you are, if you're operating a motor vehicle of any machine, if you're at work, if you're at a night shift or whatever you are, if you're operating any type of machinery, I suggest you shut the machine off. Well, don't do it if you're getting in trouble. Just don't listen to anything. Just sit down in a safe area where it's safe. And the same as if you were meditating. Because when I'm meditating, they always tell me, because I do meditations, Tim, sit in an area that's safe, close your eyes when it's safe to do so. They always give you all these warnings, right? So you guys get the pick here, right? So Breece Hall, who's sitting 18th on the consensus rankings, will finish top 4 to top 5.
Come on.
Top 5 amongst running backs in fantasy points.
You put way too much faith in these rookies, man.
If his name is Breece the Beast, I mean, what else do you need? Breece the Beast.
Breece the Beast again on a garbage team. All you ever look at is the possibilities that they could be. He's going to be the number one. Yeah, he's going to be the number one on a garbage team.
Okay, according to my calculations here,
Ivan.
yeah, according to my I've got my calculator out and I did some math. I'm projecting a 220 to 240 attempt, 12 touchdown, 40 to 60 receptions, 4 receiving touchdowns, and again, 10 to 12, I say 10 to 12 touchdowns rushing, I would say. For Brees the Beast this year as they focus on the run, improved O-line, Wacko Flacco to start. They've got some decent receivers. They got a solid rookie in Wilson. They've got Elijah Moore. They've got some targets there. And again, Brees the Beast. I don't know if you saw the one highlight video where he exploded out for a big run. He's got that explosive power in the open field. So, and he's a top running back prospect this season. I don't care about Michael Carter being there, and it's a new team. They got to run their best running back, and the coaches like him. They said they liked him. They traded up to get him. Brees the Beast. And again, don't draft him as a top 5. Get him in the 3rd round where his ADP is 3rd to 4th round, but he could finish top 5 amongst running backs. That's my bold prediction. Brees the Beast.
Very, very bold, sir. I mean, I can't see it just because the team around him. Is the opportunity there? Hell yeah. I mean, he'll definitely be there and he'll be the king. He's going to be the RB1. There's no doubt about it. But what did you say? 10 to 12 on the ground, 4 in the air?
Yeah, at least 4 receiving touchdowns, 40 to 60 receptions, 10 to 12 rushing touchdowns. So 14 touchdowns total. 14 to 16, I think it's very viable.
I think you're pretty good on most of that, except for the touchdowns. I mean, that's probably more touchdowns than the Jets scored all of last year.
They got to get to the red zone first. He's got to be able to get the goal line work. So, and they're already banged up. They lost Mekhi Becton. They brought in Dwayne Brown, Pro Bowler. Again, losing Becton was a huge thing to their O-line. And again, a lot of people say, oh, that's huge. I get it. But I still think Brees is going to be a beast. And I think it'll be one of those things, Tim. We'll look back at this show next year, and Brees will be in the Chiefs' top 6, top 7 amongst running backs because he broke out, had a good year, and everyone's like, oh, he was 3rd round last year. And it'll be one of those conversations. Like DeAndre Swift is sitting ahead of him right now. DeAndre Swift is sitting 8th amongst running backs right now, Tim. To put that in perspective, so
yeah. Well, that does help your case a little bit. That's for sure.
People like DeAndre Swift. Everybody's on him this year, man. They love.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't see it.
Well, improved O-line. They say, he's come out and said he's going to have 1,000-yard rushing, 1,000-yard receiving. He's ready to go. I mean, he peaked at 151 attempts on the ground. They're comparing him to, a Kamara-esque, he's a Kamara-type player. But he's in a committee with Williams, and they were in an even split last year. I don't trust the Lions. I do like Amon-Ra St. Brown, but that's it. And your Hawkinson guy.
And that's the thing. I already said Hawkinson's going to get the majority of the touchdowns. So who cares?
That's what you got. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Hooters.com or download the app. Save $10 on order of 30 more. Use code FFC20. FFC20 is the code you want to use. And Tim's getting ready to.
And that is the numbers 20, right? Not written FFC20.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to tell people,
Well, I don't know if you know this, Tim, as we're recording. It's right above your head. So right up, if you point with your left hand right there, you can point to the code.
I always do this.
Right there.
But you see, the code's not there.
No, it will be at post edit.
Okay, you're gonna add it because right now all I see is Hooters.
I'm gonna add it. All right, so Tim doesn't know the post production after.
I'm not very smart at this stuff, there, boys.
All right, Tim, that's it for us. Tim wasn't that big and bold, and he wasn't out in left field. He wasn't to the moon.
I'm weak.
And you've got some weird bold predictions, Tim.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that Pittsburgh one is pretty bold. I might have blown it on the TJ one, but I think my other 2 were pretty good.
I think you pissed off not only Steelers fans, but people that have already gone and drafted.
I'm sorry. I typically like the Steelers, but they've just gotten worse over the last couple of years. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the way it is.
All right. I think people have already launched their phone and pissed off.
I hope so. Yeah. Just throw her. Give her. What's $1,000 iPhone? Nobody cares.
All right, Tim. Thanks for being here, guys. Subscribe, thumbs up, and get 16-round draft solution as well. Go enjoy your drive. Now you can start operating your machinery again. We're out of here.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Thanks, guys.